Everything we've been waiting for comes down to this. The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3 Episode 12 isn't just another episode. It feels like the turning point that could decide the future of Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah once and for all. The promo may only show us a few seconds, but every frame is packed with tension, mystery, and hidden clues. And if we read between the lines, Episode 12 might hold answers we've been asking since the very first summer. Asterisk, before diving into theories. We need to step back and remember exactly where Episode 11 left us. The ending of that episode set the emotional stage for everything Episode 12 is building toward. Belly has been at the center of a storm that's both about love and about growing up. She's caught in the middle of Conrad and Jeremiah, but it's never been just about choosing between two brothers. It's about her choosing who she wants to be and what kind of person she's going to become. In Episode 11, we saw cracks forming in every relationship. Belly has moments of closeness with both Conrad and Jeremiah, but none of them are simple. With Conrad, the weight of history, heartbreak, and unspoken words hangs heavy in the air. With Jeremiah, there's warmth, fun, and the promise of something new. But also the shadow of being the second choice. The audience is left torn. Because the show deliberately refuses to give an easy answer, but the love triangle is not the only storyline. Driving this forward, the Fisher family itself is fragile. After Susanna's death, grief has shaped every moment. Laurel, Belly's mom, has tried to hold things together, but she also knows that Summer will never be the same. Conrad has closed himself off at times, retreating into silence. Jeremiah tries to be the light, the one who makes people smile, but even he can't escape the pain. Belly feels that weight too. She's not just choosing between two brothers. She's navigating a family still broken by loss. Episode 11 showed us how this grief plays out in the small details. A tense dinner where no one can find the right words. A late-night conversation where Belly admits she feels lost. Jeremiah giving a look that says he's afraid of losing Belly again. Conrad holding back feelings that threaten to spill over. Each of these moments pushes us closer to the breaking point that Episode 12 promises to deliver. And it's not only about romance or family. There's also the sense that summer itself, the idea of Cousins Beach, of bonfires, of first love is slipping away. Episode 11 felt like the calm before the storm. The characters are still going through the motions of summer, but underneath, everyone knows this could be the last summer they share like this. That knowledge makes every look, every word, and every silence even more powerful when we step back and look at the season as a whole. Episode 11 perfectly set the stage for Episode 12 to explode with meaning. Belly has reached a point where she can't keep avoiding choices. She has to face what she feels for Conrad, what she owes to Jeremiah, and what she truly wants for herself. The Fisher brothers are reaching their own breaking points too. Conrad can't keep hiding his emotions forever, and Jeremiah can't keep waiting in the background. Both of them are ready to fight for Belly, and that fight will change everything. So, when the Episode 12 promo drops, it doesn't just feel like a teaser, it feels like a promise. A promise that this next chapter is where everything comes crashing together. The weight of love, grief, and growing up is about to collide in a way that will leave fans reeling. And that's why we need to look closely, frame by frame, at what the promo is really telling us about where the story is heading. Asterisk. The promo for Episode 12 doesn't waste a single second. At first glance, it feels short, almost simple. But when you slow it down and really pay attention, every detail speaks louder than words. What's fascinating about this promo is not just what we see, it's what's left out. And that silence tells us more about the emotional storm building up than any line of dialogue ever could. One of the first shots we get is Belly standing by the water. She isn't smiling. Her expression is heavy, thoughtful, as if she's carrying the weight of 2 summers on her shoulders. The ocean behind her isn't commits restless, waves hitting the shore with energy that feels almost angry. This isn't the carefree Belly of Season 1, running barefoot into the tide. This is a girl who has lived through heartbreak, grief, and impossible choices. The water is reflecting her state of mind, chaotic, unsettled, and full of uncertainty. Then comes a quick flash of Jeremiah. The promo lingers on his face, just long enough to show a flicker of pain behind his smile. His eyes dart toward Belly, almost as if he's looking for reassurance. Jeremiah has always been the sunshine boy, the one who laughs easily and loves openly. But here he looks like someone afraid of being left behind. The promo doesn't need words, it shows us a boy who knows that love isn't enough if Belly's heart belongs to someone else. And then Conrad. His shot is the opposite of Jeremiah's. Where Jeremiah is open, Conrad is guarded. We see him in a quiet moment looking down, maybe even walking away. His body language screams distance, but his face tells another story. There's longing there, a sadness that refuses to let go. It's the kind of look that fans have come to recognize Conrad hiding his feelings until they almost break him. In the promo, that single look is louder than any confession. It's almost as if the camera is whispering. He's not done fighting for her. Another detail that stands out is the use of light and setting. There's a moment where Belly and Jeremiah are shown near a fire. Fire in the summer I turned pretty has always symbolized warmth, comfort, and passion, but it also carries danger. Fire can light the way, but it can also burn everything down. Is this scene showing Belly being pulled into Jeremiah's warmth? Or is it a warning that their relationship, if rushed, could destroy them both? There's also a blink-and-dial sit shot of Laurel, Belly's mom. Her presence in the promo is small, but important. She's the reminder that this story is bigger than a love triangle. Laurel represents the voice of reason, the reality check, the truth that life doesn't pause for young love. The fact that she appears at all in this promo suggests Episode 12 isn't only about who Belly chooses, it's about the choices that shape all of them as they move forward, and then we come to the silence. There's a stretch of the promo where nothing is said. We just see faces, emotions, and quick cuts of movement, Belly turning away, Jeremiah reaching out, Conrad standing still. This silence feels deliberate, almost like the creators are daring us to fill in the blanks. Who is Belly walking toward? Who is she turning away from? Is she running to someone, or is she running from the truth she can't say out loud? What makes this promo so powerful is that it doesn't spell out the ending. It teases the emotional climax. It reminds us that episode 12 isn't going to be about easy answers. It's about the messy, painful, beautiful moment when everything collides. The ocean, the fire, the silence, all of it is preparing us for a choice that will leave scars, no matter what. So when we break down this promo frame by frame, it's clear that the question isn't just who will Belly choose. The real question is, what does this choice mean for all of them? Because whoever she walks toward, the other will walk away. And summer, as they know it, will never be the same again. Asterisk, the biggest question hanging over episode 12 is clear. Who will Belly choose? But if this show has taught us anything, it's that choices in the summer I turned pretty are never simple. And they're never just about romance. They're about growth, about grief, about becoming someone new. Episode 12 is set up to be the kind of finale that leaves us breathless. Because it doesn't just resolve love triangles, it tests the characters, its ability to face themselves. Theory 1. The love triangle's breaking point for most fans. The central theory revolves around Belly's final choice between Conrad and Jeremiah. The promo gives us hints, but no answers. Here's one possibility. Episode 12 could be the moment where Belly chooses neither. This isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. Belly has been pulled between two extremes, Conrad's intensity and Jeremiah's warmth, and in many ways, she's lost herself in the process. A powerful twist would be Belly stepping away from both brothers, not out of rejection, but out of self-discovery. This would flip the usual narrative on its head and remind us that the story is about growing up, not just falling in love. Theory 2. Jeremiah's second choice. Fear comes true. Another theory is that Jeremiah finally faces the heartbreak he's been dreading. His entire journey has been about proving he's not the backup plan, that Belly truly sees him for who he is. But episode 12 might shatter that hope. The promo's quiet moments of Jeremiah searching Belly's face could foreshadow his greatest fear, that deep down, if episode 12 leans this way, it could mark Jeremiah's turning point, not just as Belly's love interest, but as someone who has to decide who he is outside of her. Theory 3. Conrad's silent confession. Conrad has always been the harder one to read. He hides his feelings, buries them under distance and silence, until they spill out in ways that cut deep. The promo shows him walking away, looking down, avoiding Belly's eyes. Some fans think this signals surrender, that Conrad will step aside and let Jeremiah have her. But another reading is even more dramatic, that episode 12 is Conrad's moment to finally confess, not in quiet glances, but in words. If Conrad speaks his truth, Belly will be forced to face hers. That confession, especially if it comes at the very last moment, when she thought she'd already made her choice. Theory 4. The symbolism of Summer's endeavor. Season of this show ties its emotional climax to the season itself. And summer, in this world, is never just a backdrop. It's a symbol of youth, of first love, of moments that can't last. Episode 12 being the finale means the end of summer is here. So the biggest theory isn't just about who Belly chooses, but about how summer itself changes them. Will this be the summer Belly finally grows into herself? Will this be the summer the brothers' bond breaks beyond repair? Or will this be the summer where healing finally begins? The end of summer is always bittersweet, and this episode could embrace that fully. Theory 5. Diverging from the books. Fans Jenny Han's trilogy know that the books give us one kind of ending. But the show has already proven it's not afraid to twist things for dramatic effect. Episode 12 might diverge in surprising ways. Maybe Belly's decision comes earlier than expected, leaving room for fallout we haven't seen before. Maybe a side character, like Laurel, plays a bigger role in shaping her choice. Or maybe the writers are saving the biggest twist for last. A cliffhanger that leaves us unsure if Belly's choice will even stick. If the series leans into unpredictability, episode 12 could be remembered as the episode that redefined the entire story. What makes these theories so compelling is that each one carries weight. Each one leaves scars, and each one feels possible. The beauty of The Summer I Turned Pretty is that it's never been about easy answers. It's about the mischances of growing up, of loving and losing, of saying goodbye to summer, knowing you'll never get it back the same way again. And that's what makes episode 12 so exciting. It's not just the end of a season, it's the moment where everything collides. Love, grief, family, and the impossible hope that somehow everything can work out. No matter what theory proves true, one thing is certain. When the credits roll, nothing will ever be the same for Belly, Conrad, or Jeremiah. What makes The Summer I Turned Pretty so fascinating is the way it balances between Jenny Han's original vision in the books and the show's desire to surprise us. Fans who've read the trilogy think they know how it all ends. They hold onto those pages as a guide, pointing out hints and foreshadowing. But the show has already proven time and time again that it isn't afraid to shift the story, to deepen certain arcs, or even to rewrite the meaning of key moments. And episode 12 might be where that balance tips fully. Book-to-show comparisons in the books. Belly's journey has a clearer destination. Her heart, despite its twists and turns, pulls her in one direction by the very end. But on screen, things feel far less certain. The show lingers longer on Jeremiah's charm, his loyalty, his easy way of making Belly laugh. It also paints Conrad with deeper shadows, his silences, his mistakes, his inability to always say what she needs to hear. The show thrives in that uncertainty, stretching out every glance, every almost confession. So the choice feels impossible. Episode 12 could be the moment the show diverges most from the books. If the books gave us closure, the show may give us heartbreak. If the books offered resolution, the show may lean into ambiguity. Imagine Belly making her choice, only for circumstances to pull it apart. Imagine a final scene where her hand reaches for one brother, but her eyes linger on the other. That's the kind of cinematic tension the show loves. And episode 12 could embrace it fully. Fan spotlight theories, of course. No discussion would be complete without looking at the fan theories lighting up online spaces. Some believe that episode 12 will end with a twist no one sees coming, like Belly choosing neither brother, but deciding to leave Cousins Beach altogether, symbolizing the true end of summer. Others argue that the promo's silence means the opposite, That episode 12 is when Belly finally makes the confession fans have been waiting for since Season 1. A popular fan thread speculates about the use of fire in the promo, suggesting that Belly's final choice will be revealed in a bonfire shine because fire in this show always means transformation. Another theory focuses on Conrad's body language, claiming that his downward gaze means he's already accepted loss, which could signal that Jeremiah finally wins her heart. But perhaps the most compelling theory is the one that argues this isn't a love story at all, it's a coming-of-age story. And episode 12 might prove that by putting Belly's growth above everything else. Closing build-up, so where does all of this leave us? At the edge of the finale, staring into the unknown? Episode 12 is not just another installment. It feels like the moment the story has been circling since the beginning. Summer is ending. Choices are waiting. Hearts are breaking. And the promo has made it clear whatever happens next will change everything. The beauty of this show is that it captures the way summers feel when you're young and tense. Fleeting, unforgettable. The moments of laughter around bonfires, the quiet nights by the ocean, the heartbreaks that feel like they'll never heal. Episode 12 promises to deliver all of that in one final storm. And when the credits roll, one truth will remain. Summer doesn't last forever. It never does. That's what makes it beautiful, and that's what makes it hurt. The question is, when this summer ends, who will Belly be standing with? And who will she be when the waves pull back, leaving her to face the world beyond Cousins Beach? Fans are ready. Theories are flying. Hearts are bracing for impact. Episode 12 is coming, and it just might be the summer we've all been waiting for. The summer Belly will never forget.